Praise be Jesus and Mary.
Amen.
What is salvation? It seems too obvious what salvation is to even try to define it. But let's try to describe it anyway. It's a lot of things. It's that which God does for us, but what is it? It's being removed by God's action from a situation in which we are suffering some sort of harm, some sort of evil. When God saves us, He removes us from that situation in which we are suffering harm, in which we are suffering some sort of evil. And what is this harm, essentially? Well, it's a state of being separated from God. It's that existential state of loneliness and brokenness which comes from being disconnected from God. It's that state of interior disorder and anguish. A broken relationship with God, with self, and with our neighbor. That's what sin is. And what makes it worse is that there's the risk of that state of things, that broken relationship with God, self and neighbor, that existential loneliness, that frustration of every legitimate human desire. There's the risk of that state being protracted for all eternity in that place that we call hell. That is the harm, the evil, the danger from which God, by His action, saves us. Now, for salvation, holiness is indispensable. Be holy, therefore, in every aspect of your conduct. Be holy as I am holy, St. Peter tells us. Holiness is indispensable for salvation. In a sense, it's not enough just to be in a vague way good people. We have to be holy people. And what is holiness? What does that consist of? Holiness consists of being put in relationship with God. God Himself is holy. Be holy as I am holy. Holiness means having a real relationship with God. And the reality of that relationship consists likewise in something real, in possessing something real, and that something real is grace. That grace bridges that gap between us and God. It gives us a share in His life. That grace that God gives us, that share in His life, takes away that existential loneliness. It heals that brokenness. And it removes us from that evil, that harm, which threatens us when we are alone. Because it is not good for man to be alone. And God saves us from that loneliness, which is the essential, the greatest suffering of hell. Alienation from God. Loneliness for which man is not created. Without grace, we cannot be holy. And without holiness, we cannot be saved. We therefore must value grace. And I know you good people know that. But the more we think about it, the more we meditate it, the more we should be grateful to God for giving us grace. We should value it, seek to keep it, to grow in it, and to share it with others. It should be a concern on our minds to share salvation with others. In fact, it's one of the greatest ways to contribute to our own salvation. When we think of the salvation of others and have concern for the salvation of others, it should never be with an attitude of, well, I am already safe. I am already saved. Salvation is not automatic. It's in fear and trembling that we work for it. But one of the best ways to contribute to our salvation is to have concern for the salvation of others, to work for the salvation of others who are in equal or greater danger than we are. Value grace, grow in it. And if we wish to find grace, to keep grace, to persevere in grace, or to reacquire grace if it's lost, devotion to Our Lady is key. Grace is a share in God's life. And that share in God's life comes through a mother, through the mediation of a real person, a real mother. It's through her that we find grace, keep grace, grow in it, persevere in it. It's this holiness that God calls us to, and that's just the beginning of it, that being in that relationship with God. And then there are boundless expanses into which we can enter. That relationship with God, that holiness really has no upper limit. We have what we call in theology an infinite capacity, obediential capacity. There's no upper limit. Depends on us how generous we want to be in receiving God's life within us. Be holy, therefore, as I am holy, says God. And as Hebrews 12:4 says, strive for that holiness, without which it is impossible to see God face to face. Praised be Jesus and Mary.
Now and